Hello. Basically, today we are going to see about JWT authentication tokens, a very important topic as in terms of interviews and as well as for the security purpose. In the many interviews, they are asked about have you used ever a JWT tokens or Spring security, you may say that. So, but the thing is that there is a lot of process we need to follow to get the JWT tokens. Before starting with the actual coding, we'll come to know what exactly the JWT token is. So basically, it is a one kind of authentication token which is used to access your API. Instead of directly, there is some token verification is done, and based on that token verification, your API keys get access. Uh, let's see that the official document here. So this is an official documentation is there about a JWT. You can read many things about a JWT tokens. As you can say that the JWT stand for a JSON Web Token. This one lengthy string is get generated, which is divided into the three different parts. The first part is called as an header. Then second one is an authenticator, and the third one you can say that first is a header, payload, and the signature. So this kind of string we need to generate and we need to pass this before accessing any common API. As you can say that if I go here and if I try to access one public API, so that APIs get directly accessed. So this should not be done. Before accessing any API, we must authenticate with this AWT token, sorry, JWT tokens. So let's see the how to generate this JWT token. And the more important things that we may get the sample codes or many steps from the chat GPT and the Google documentation. But the thing is that so many students are not even know like how to test that token and where to test that token. So that thing we are going to see now. So let me open that some basic code standard. Let me show this. So I have created a Spring tool suite I'm using. I have created new project. There are different kind of folder. You can say that this is my main folder. That is main application file. Then there is a one config file related to the security things. Then is some authentication controls where we can use this control. So this is a mapping. We can use this mapping for login and authentication. Then there is a filtration. After passing the credential, it will get verified and accordingly it uses all the things. We need to pass the barrier authentication token, and this is utility where this all keys are generated, what kind of algorithm it is using. So these are the code. No need to remember this entire code. As you can see that this sample code we can get from the Google, but make sure that you should arrange that proper code in that particular folder so that the code will be not get tested. Okay, finally after adding all the code, we'll go into the main class file and just right click here, run as a Spring Boot application. So after running this Spring Boot application, I can see that a security code is get generated, and then you can go to the Postman. You can see that this is our main URL after passing username and password. Now if you hit this URL, there is one a token is get generated that is called a JWT Java JSON Web Token. So basically this consists of three different parts. First one is your payload. As you can see that I can show you the diagram as well so that you can identify. See, this diagram show the very clear picture. This is the first part is in header, which is showing which kind of algorithms and the types of authentication that you're using. The second part is a payload where the username and password is get generated, and the third one is your verifying signature. So this token is important while accessing your APIs. So now the second part is you can go for the login URL and type here. So if you try to use this login URL, you can see that JWT authentication is protected in API. Suppose in case you are passing a wrong API here or without a wrong token, so your application will be get forbidden. The API is not get access. So how to generate this API token? So there are different paths we need to follow. And after that passing URL, you can go here the main URL, type username and password. Suppose if I pass the wrong password and we try to hit the post this URL, you can say that the invalid credential. And if you go here, type to this, this are not going to work. And after passing the right credential, that admin and 1234, hit this post method and this send button. You can see that the new token is generated, and this token is divided into three parts. First is a payload, header, and the signature. So copy this token file, go to the URL for accessing API, authorization, select here a barrier token options. This token will get enabled, paste that token and the send button. So in this way, you can validate your API with the help of JWT Spring Boot authentication tokens. Okay, thank you.